Hello friends, it's time for our small group activity, and today we're going to be using these number cards. So come on, let's find out what we're going to do. Hello friends, it is time for our small group activity, and we are going to be doing some number cards. So the objective of this activity is to learn number concepts and operations. So for this activity, you will need, this is cardstock, or you can use construction paper. The cardstock's going to work a little bit better because it's not quite as, it's a little bit thicker. But whatever you have will work. You could use, cut up a cardboard box or anything you have around the house. The clothing boxes maybe that you got for Christmas, that's a perfect size or a perfect thickness to use. So that would work too. What you're going to do is you're going to write the numbers on one side, and then on the back, you're going to put corresponding dots. So for number 1, obviously, you would turn it over and put 1 dot. For the number 2, you would turn it over and put 2 dots, and 3 dots. However you want to do that. And you might need a little bit bigger cards when you get to the bigger numbers, but or just use smaller dots. So then you also need, you can, if you have it, it's not necessary. The child can use their fingers. They can use pennies or little counters of anything that you have, multiple counters. Those little erasers are perfect. I think you can find those at the Dollar Tree. Those are perfect for counting. So what you're going to do is you're going to have them name any of the numbers that they know. Okay. So you can start with like 1 through 3, just start with this, and then work your way up to, 20. If they know all the numbers 1 through 10, you can start, 1 through 15, and then 1 through 20. So wherever your child is at, go based on that level. So start here and then work your way up. So you're just going to introduce a card to the child and say, okay, let's flip it over and count the dots, 1, 2, and then have them take the manipulative. If you don't have any manipulatives, just have them count the dots. That's fine. If you have pennies, like I said, or even beans, if you've got little beans at home, those are perfect, or little pieces of macaroni, anything like that your child can use to count, and they can put it on the dots to help manipulate the number. Just something tactile like that, like when they're feeling something and counting it, putting it on the dots. It makes a connection in the brain. It helps them to remember the numbers better. So if you have something around that you can use, like I said, buttons, pennies, noodles, beans, anything like that can be used, goldfish crackers, anything, Teddy Grahams, be creative, Cheerios. There's all kinds of options, or other little pieces of cereal would work, and then they can have a snack when they're done. So that would work. So just continue doing that, and then add 1 or 2 cards as they learn those numbers, and then continue doing it, and can just do it as long as they're interested. So basically you can do that. You can shuffle the cards. and have them pick a card so, you know, they're not in order. Because a lot of times it's easy for a child to identify a number when it's in order. Because they can say, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the next number is 6. You know what I mean? They can, when it's in order, they can figure it out. It's just like kids can recite the ABCs, but picking a letter out of order is different. So, but yeah, mix them up and do the letter or do the numbers and flip it over and have them put the manipulatives onto the card and identify that number. And again, you can do this all the way up to 20 or whatever, you know, your child's comfortable. That is it. I forgot to add the questions to think about to report back to your teacher when you do this activity. What numerals did your child recognize? So what numbers can your child look at and say pretty much automatically? Like if you hold this up and they could say 3, that would be one that they recognize. How long did the child attend to this activity? That means how long were they interested in it? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. How high was the child able to count with one-to-one correspondence? So that means one-to-one means like taking the beans or whatever and putting it on the dots. So how high were they able to count using that manipulative? And was the child able to place one manipulative on each dot? How did the child determine the correct number of manipulatives to use? So did they just count them out? I mean, that's a pretty straightforward answer. So those are questions to let your teachers know so that they can put that into the system for your child's development. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is, again, an activity that you could take places. Just put your manipulatives and cards in a little baggie. And there you go. You've got an activity for on the road. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you all next time.